Welcome back everybody to Elder Scrolls Online. This is a challenge to get a my character up to level 10 in 10 days. We're going to go Ancestors and Dunmers. We're going to take this book. Yes, a Mage's Guild book. Awesome. Rightio. Well, it's one of the best ways of leveling up the skill line that doesn't require you to do missions for someone else. Now, we are going to head into the labs before someone comes back and discovers their key is missing and is terribly annoyed at us. Wow. Oh boy. In the cellar. Because, you know, that's where every reputable experiment gets done. Oh dear.
I don't think I've ever seen it this empty down here.
But you've been down here.
Where is everyone?
Yeah, that's a good question, isn't it, girl? See, book stack, we'll search the book stack. That one's on the Keepers of the Dead. We'll take the adamantite. It's good for our crafters. Helps us craft in different styles once we learn them. Take the nickel, because that's, you know, like ditto. We don't want to talk to Dracia just yet. We're kind of just exploring. Explore all the places. You never know what you're going to find in here. Sometimes it's good stuff. Sometimes it's I wish I'd never looked in that cupboard. But mostly, if you're into crafting, it's kind of helpful. Here we go. Tel Dreloth Caverns. Away we go.
Wait.
Wait.
What are these subjects doing out of containment?
Yeah, I wonder. Ooh. Right. Don't walk next to mushrooms. They don't like it. Let's take this one on from a thing. Oh, don't you call more? Rude. Okay, let's have a little bit of health. Oh, it doesn't go around her as well. That's a shame. Take that torch bug. Very good. Away we go. I know, right? This is such a thing. Torch bug. Ooh, zappy. Why is she screaming? It's not like I actually, you know, hurt her. Or anything bitter. Oh my goodness. Yes, okay, stop squealing. You're going to attract their attention. We don't want that. Okay, we're getting some nice rawhide scraps. Don't think of monsters as monsters that are going to eat you. Just think of them as nodes. Crafting nodes. Man, stop squealing. You're fine. I know, it's really disconcerting. Stop your screeching.
Why are they like this? What has Sithiel done to them?
Exactly. Oh dear, I did not mean to get that second one until I defeated this one. Okay, so by using your weapons, you're gonna, Herald of the Tome increased to 6. Nice. By using your weapons, you increase the skill line that's attached to them, which you probably knew, but if you didn't, there you go, if you're new to the game. We're just hunting our way through very slowly. Oh boy, rivers of lava in your lab. Of course, what every decent lab needs to have. Yes, I see you, you evil beans. Oh, that's 2 in 1. We do not want 2 in 1. At least we don't have a condition that we lose the mission if Dacia dies. It's one less thing to worry about. Don't bite my friend. Man, you're gonna get your tail kicked, you naughty wolf. You can kill bugs and things. If you kill bugs and things, you get things like crawlers for foul bait, for fishing, if you're into fishing. I don't think you get any XP for it, but you do get the bait. Alright, what do we got? Oh, that thing looks a bit bigger than the others. It's a bear. Wow, she got sick of wolves and needed something bigger? That's insane. Alright, let's take this thing out because XP is a nice thing to have. Stop squealing, you are fine. Man, anyone would think she was being murdered. She keeps it up, I'm gonna murder her. That tunnel looks like it goes a bit further than I want it to. Ah, shrooms. Evil. Alright, let's start with this chamber.
Are those research notes?
Looks like a dead end.
Look around. Maybe there's something here that explains what happened.
I have a bad feeling about her. Oh, whoa. Try not to go in there. Book stacks. Do I get to play with it? No, don't set it alight. Ah, research notes. Well, of course. Mind myself when doubt creeps like vermin into my mind. I was right. I'm right. His death was not for nothing. My work will bear fruit soon. We're close to a breakthrough. We must be. Delman spore sample number 1105. More rapid breakdown on living matter than ever seen to date. Hostility of the spores increases with the subject's acute emotional distress. I estimate double the rapidity of necrosis since the actual emotional attachment node had starting with sample 902. My words may not hold if something provokes a stronger response. Precautions. Super isolated quarantine and twice daily ward refresh until subject returns to emotional equilibrium. Based on the attachment and distress response in question, this may take quite some time and will cause quite the drain on my magic and energy. We'll need to shrink size of wards for smaller containment area. We'll consider use of tranquilizing agents if contagion is breached or situation is deemed too dangerous. Test subjects, acquired and caged, ostensibly ready for testing, which brings me to my next point. Cure synthesis series number 6905 to 6999. Blocked until I can find more reliable help. Regret dismissing Dacia, the house servant girl, but the situation was far too dangerous already. Where am I supposed to coax dependable help from? Slaves do not meet my needs and ask for far too many questions. I've heard even Federo has trouble keeping on mercenaries these days, but I don't need a mercenary. I don't even need more lab assistants. I need another me, and I'd work on that problem, but I've had my hands full with this one for the last 20-odd years. Wow. I don't know what she's got herself into, but it sounds pretty serious. Alrighty. We are mind the spore, mind the dead bear. Clearly that dead bear did not mind the spore. Oh, here. Let's go for this one. Nathan, I'm leaving Tel Dreloth. I've come into some wealth due to the death of a distant relative and have no need to work as a servant anymore. Mistress Dreloth says I should not tell you where I intend to go. First, because she was always right about your condition and leaving your wards will surely kill you. Second, because I mean to live out the rest of my days in peace and luxury married to some rich stranger. It is what I deserve, after all I've been through and how hard I've worked in the service of your mother. While I cannot say that I ever truly loved you, I do not wish you dead. Do not come after me. Do as your mother says. She knows best.
What's
Whoa.
that? It looks like a letter.
Yeah, you don't want to read it.
What did you find? Anything that explains what's happened?
I found Sir Tel Dreloth's research notes. I also found a letter. Did you write this?
Let me see. No, I'd never write such a thing. Did Cecile write this? Does she really think this sounds like me? What did the research notes say?
Cecile's testing some sort of cure and has notes on some toxic spore interfering with her wards.
Spores? The researchers spoke of those. Little seeds on the air, invisible to the eye like flu or fever. I think that's how molds and mushrooms make more of themselves. Delman spore sample. Delman. Delman? What is that? It sounds like a name.
You don't know what it means?
It sounds familiar. I just can't place where I've heard it before. She mentions these toxic spores interfering with wards. Does that mean Nathan's wards? If these spores reach the isolation tower, he could be in danger.
Let's keep moving and see if we can find Nathan. I do have a very bad feeling about this, though. Alright, that's a dead-end corner. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Okay, so we've been there. Been in all of those spaces. I'm not sure. Oops. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Did you hear it go off? They tuck them away in corners. Those shroom beetles seem to like them.
The observation outpost. What happened? Where is everyone?
Oh my god, stop squealing. Really, you're tougher than this. You're looking for a cure for your love, okay? So shut your mouth and don't endanger yourself. You won't live to see him. Goodness me, girl. That's much better. Oh boy. Alright. I'm looking for things like that. Don't be an evil bean, you evil mushroom thing. Man, isn't exploding once a day enough for you? Alrighty. Just check ahead so we don't run headlong into something we really don't want to. That looks like an alchemical station. Ooh, a backpack. We'll have the adamantite. Nothing else in here? Nope. Like I said, a lot of adventurers have come through, so you may, when this area gets to be less popular, find other stuff as you go through. Just remember to check. Whoops. That looks like a kitty. Bad kitty. An afflicted sench. Leave her alone. Eating an unafflicted sench. I know, just keep going. Alrighty. It's a bug. I think that bug's heard about me. Let's kill that. Looks like there's something in the back of the cave, so we're going to go check it out. And we're going to level ourselves up. That is awesome. Alrighty. Now, because I'm not sure if that thing is going to spawn there again, let's just move a little bit out. Let's grab our rewards real quick. 2 attribute points. Health rings. I could do with some health rings. And our racial skill line. Oh, level 5. We're halfway there. Magicka. Ooh. I might... I'll put them both into Magicka just for the minute. Okay. An increase on all primary stats. It's going to run out soon, so we're going to be having to think about cooking stuff. I'm going to grab my fighter skill per intimidating because it's just too handy to ignore. Racial stats... Oh, this could be interesting. So we're Ashlander, experienced game with the dual wield skill. Okay, so I should probably start to dual wield a few things. That might be an idea. Dynamic. Well, let's have that. These are passive abilities. They're just going to run on in the background. So that's going to help us when we want to get stuff done. I know, I'm probably going to have to revamp this character entirely. Oh my god! Don't squeal, okay? You just draw its attention. Soul Trap can now be morphed. Man, you couldn't tell me that before I did my thing. Runic Jolt can don't you dare. Can now be morphed. Alright. Good. You know, I'm enjoying this this character. This is like fun. So much green and sparkly bits. I know, grab those rawhide scraps, we're good. I know, there's nothing like irritating 2 big monsters at once. Excellent.
Pinche, thank the 8 you're all right.
Dracia, stranger, you shouldn't be here. Too dangerous. Go no
that's not good.
further.
What happened? Are you going to be alright? What lines have they given me?
Spores nearly killed me. Barely exposed. Natural immunity. I will live. Heard shouting, then screaming. Everyone came running. Big mistake. Subject spores. Too strong. Wanted to escape.
What happened? Where's the subject now?
Mistress Dreloth. She coaxed him back to isolation. Delman Too strong. Stronger than I've ever seen.
Who or what is Delmon?
Delman. Mistress Dreloth's greatest experiment. The cure. The affliction. Delman did this. Trouble breathing. Barely survived. The other researchers, not so lucky. Too late for them. Go no further. You could be killed.
Oh, we'll be careful. You should rest now. And I don't mean forever, okay? Ooh, there's a recipe. Let's have that. You know what? I'm daft. We're going to use these as well because we have no rings, so we might as well equip both of these. Okay, so we'll equip that, and we'll equip that, and we'll learn that. It's how to keep your backpack clear. We're at 13 items out of 60. It's not too bad. Take the torch bug. I didn't get a thorax either this time. Tunche drink. You know, we could take a drink for when the potion runs out. It probably would be a good idea. When our food runs out, our food effects. It'll give us some kind of bonus. It won't stack with what we've already got though. And what we've already got is pretty good. I know, I saw that shroom behind that barrier. Have a look at our map. Okay, so this is just like a little duck in that we could go around either way. Sometimes there are things on one side that aren't on the other, but not today. That's fair enough. Let's toddle on down. Oh, I hate these things. An afflicted researcher. Alright, looks like we're going to be... Oh, fighter's experience. So that must have been an undead. Yes. So we are going to slowly work our way up in ranks by just adventuring, trying not to get ourselves killed. I guess that torch bug can live a little longer if the spores don't kill it. Did she say how many researchers were in here? I suppose not. Alright, well, toddle up this way. Haha, this is what we're looking for. We actually should check and see what sort of gear we get out of these too. Sometimes we can upgrade on the run, so to speak. We're not going to worry too much about mishmatching our sets. We don't have enough to, to worry about anything like that. We're just going to take what we can. We'll try and keep sets when we can, but let's go into items. Okay, that's homespun sash of health. Doesn't give us an advantage. Iron gauntlets, yeah, but we're trying for... Wow, that is so tempting. Radio, let's go. Oh, did we get any other jewellery? Let's check. No other jewellery. Consumables. No food. Mazti is what we picked up. Increases our health recovery. So it's worth having. It's like a little short-term thing. Let's just start back over here because these things are going to come at us. They also seem to have a ranged attack. Okay. Talk to Dacian about Tunche. Oh, I forgot that bit.
I'm glad Tunche is alright, but he's just given us more questions than answers. I know he's one of her most trusted assistants, but if this Delman is one of Sathiel's experiments, how does Tunche not blame her for what happened here?
We still don't understand exactly who or what Delman is.
I know, but... Fetch it all! I just wish I could remember where I've heard it before.
Is it possible Nathan said something about it?
No, that's just the trouble. If Nathan had said or written it, I'd probably remember it exactly. Delman... It's on the tip of my tongue. Where did Tunche say Sathiel took the subject again?
He said she coaxed him back to isolation.
That must mean the isolation tower, where Nathan is. Let's keep going. I don't know what we're going to do, but Sathiel needs to be stopped.
I'm ready. Let's keep moving. I think the other adventurer we saw behind us actually Search the caverns. Alright, so this is where we need to search. I just wandered past it. What are we searching for, though, is the question. I guess we'll find it when we see it. I've obviously run past something that's important.
Wait. Do you feel that? It's like we're being watched.
I've tolerated this incursion long enough.
Uh-huh.
Whoever you are, you've fallen for Dacia's fanciful tale. And now you're enabling her dangerous obsession with my son. Nathan made his feelings for Dacia perfectly clear in the letter he wrote. Or was that vital piece of information kept from you?
The only letter I've seen is the one from Dacia saying she didn't love Nathan. Did you write that?
So what if I did? They both do well to believe it. They can never be together, do you hear me? Never. Leave this place. Forget all that you've seen, or you'll end up worse than Toonshay.
Don't you threaten me. What did you do to Nathan? Does it have something to do with Delmon?
Delmon? Where did you hear this name, Delmon?
We found your research notes. Toonshay said Delmon was responsible for what happened in the lab.
Ah, I see. So your half-informed mind proves far more dangerous than an uninformed one. You
Perhaps you
cannot
could
help.
inform me.
Leave this place or I will do everything in my remaining power to stop you.
We're not leaving until we find Nathan. Dacia.
Delmon was her husband. That's right. I must have heard it from her once, long ago when she first brought me on. He died from the Nahatan flu. The thing she's trying to cure. I've never seen her like this before.
If Delmon's been dead for so long, how could he be responsible for what happened in the lab?
I don't know. Has she gone mad? Was she always this way? If so, she's been hiding it, and I can't blame her. If she were carted off to Gorn, she'd be parted from Nathan. The thought of it probably only made things worse for her.
Are you sure you want to keep going?
If you mean to heed Cethiel's words and leave, then I'll have to go on alone. Nathan is my whole world. I'm not leaving without him.
I'm with you. Let's go, keep going and find Nathan. Alrighty, let's go, let's go, let's go. We must be... Oh. Oh, they're throwing. Whoa. Don't get caught in that. Alrighty. Up to the next tower. Let's go. Oh dear. I think she summoned something nasty. What's that? Alrighty, I guess. Let's go. Oh, this thing is fast too. I've got to wait for my magic to regenerate. Didn't get out of the way in time. Thank you. I guess. Mind you, it does save them from having to do it. Alright.
You cannot fight the danger that lies ahead. This is your last chance.
I think she's giving up. To the inevitable. to what she has to do or let someone else do. Where did those guys go? They just went through here like a storm. Our puny allies. What's that?
Dacia, turn back, or you may never leave this tower again.
I think she's almost carrying there. Alright, I have a feeling that our, let me just grab this. Okay, so I can get something stamina recovery for 35 minutes or health recovery. I'm going to go with the stamina recovery, we'll use that. So these drinks and things that you take, you can do one of two things with them. You can either take them into town and sell them, or you can drink them on the way through. Alright, we've ransacked what we can. Isolation tower, main hall. Let's see if we can survive it. Alright, after we, you know, grocery shop. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Oh, wait. Shh. That's a seat. Let's just have a look around the periphery of the tower a little bit. See what we can see. That does not look good, right? Does not look good. Check for chests that are tucked away in corners because we don't have the ability to have them glow at us from a distance and let us know they're there. So, no, nothing in here. I like how all the bookshelves you can't read, but the book stacks beside them are. It's like, it seems to be like a little feature for this particular thing. A royal embarrassment. Okay, that's the way out to our story quest. I know, right? What are we doing? We're searching the tower.
Dacia, stay back. I tried to escape, but she was right. My mother was right about everything.
Nathan, what are you talking about? We're here to rescue you.
Stay back from the ward. Mother says it's already in a weakened state due to the strength of my affliction. I don't recognize you, stranger. What are you doing with Dacia?
She hired me to come rescue you.
Rescue? Then she really does love me?
Yeah?
There was this note, you see. I was certain it was fake, but then I saw you and, well, I started to wonder.
Man, I don't have a
But I cannot
chance.
leave. If you came through the caverns, you must have seen what I'm capable of.
That was you? Tunshay said Delman was responsible for what happened.
My father, yes. The affliction my mother gave me. She named it after him.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't know until I tried escaping. The wards were never for my protection. They kept others safe from me. If I had left with Dacia when we planned, she'd be dead.
What did Sophia afflict you with?
A living cure. A symbiote that protects its host with toxic spores. I would not be alive without it, and it would not thrive without me. All these years, she really has been trying to cure me so I might live a normal life. Why did I ever doubt her?
Where is your mother now?
So now you know the truth.
Yeah.
I'd kept this secret from Nathan his whole life. That he might not grow up knowing he was a monster of my own making.
Mm-hmm.
That he might keep his will to live while I sought a cure. After all, I gave him the Nahatan flu and cured him of that too.
You infected your own son with the Canaan flu?
Delmin and I were trying to save the world. Promising fungal spore sample was on its way from
Oh,
Black Marsh.
seriously?
Delmin caught the very thing we were trying to cure. And I lost him. I had to know if the spores would have saved him. And now I know.
Why don't the spores affect you?
Nathan came from me. I am enough of him that the fungal symbiote does not register me as a separate entity, and therefore not a threat to its host. That is when I named it. Delman Mycota. The cure, like love, that would be with us always.
Couldn't you have told Dacia the truth about Nathan's condition?
The truth is a poor cure for love. I did not want Dacia to share my fate of being shackled to Tel Dreloth by her own heartstrings, so I tried to drive her away. But since hers is a love that clearly cannot be cured, I have devised a choice for her.
Oh, really? What choice?
If Dacia is willing, I can safely inoculate her with the same spores I used on Nathan. She will share his affliction and his confinement. But they will be together, and she will want for nothing, except perhaps her freedom.
And what if she doesn't want that?
Then she can make herself useful and help me find a cure. I'll hire her on again. I need someone dependable to procure rare ingredients to keep testing possible cures for Delman Mycota. Perhaps someday she can be one of my researchers.
And are you confident you can even find a cure for Nathan?
I've been studying Delman Mycota for over 20 years. If anyone can find a cure, it's me. I'm not about to abandon my life's most important work. There has to be something that can eradicate the fungus once it's disposed of the Nahatan flu.
If Dacia chooses to be inoculated, are you going to carry out experiments on her?
What does it matter if she and Nathan are able to live out their days together? I'd only prioritize curing her. But I am a researcher. I am not above recognizing the benefit of additional subjects with which to compare results.
All your researchers are dead except one. Is anyone going to hold you accountable for that?
My researchers signed on with me because of my area of study. They knew the dangers of Delman Mycota as well as its potential. All that space in the labs was necessary for safe experimentation. I regret their loss, but they knew the risks.
It seems like their deaths could have been avoided if you'd told Nathan or Dacia the truth.
Or if I had time to think of a more believable lie to tell the both of them.
Oh my god.
I knew they had been meeting for quite some time. When I overheard their plans to run away together, I had to act quickly, or else risk Dacia's certain death.
You knew how they felt about each other?
Of course I did. I was glad for it at first. Dacia brought Nathan happiness. If only they could have remained content being in love, with the wards up between them. It was only when they doubted me that things got dangerous. And now, here we are.
I don't understand. How does Delman Mycota work?
I suppose my research notes wouldn't give you the whole picture, would they? Toonshay, one of my most devoted researchers, discovered it in a pool of brackish water deep within Black Marsh. Its capture and transport was quite the undertaking.
Nathan said it was a symbiote. How does that work?
When bonded inside the lungs of its host, Delman Mycota passively produces spores toxic to almost all non-fungal life, as you saw in the caverns. It seems to eradicate anything that might threaten the life of its host, including the Nahatan flu.
Then how does it find a new host?
It is sensitive to smoke, a herald of fire, which causes it to release reproducing spores in anticipation of finding a new host. These are the spores we would use to inoculate Dacia, if that is what she chooses.
And their spores won't be harmful to one another if they're both inoculated?
Correct. Somehow, Delman Mycota recognizes itself, and of course doesn't see itself as a threat. Argonians like Toonshay are a different case, but only barely. Their natural resistance to toxins very nearly meets its match with Delman Mycota.
Okay. Dacia, you have a decision to make.
Nathan and I could finally be together. But the way to do so means becoming his mother's experiment. But I'd be safe, provided for. I'd get to dance and sing every day with the one I love. Some would kill for such a gentle life.
You could consider Cethile's other option, or you could just leave.
Leaving for good is no option for me. My heart is Nathan's and his is mine. If I don't give up my freedom, I can help Cecile find a cure. I get to see the world like I always wanted, but I'd be in her service. And I'd be alone.
You'd really give up your freedom? There's no guarantee you'll find a cure.
Life offers no guarantee of love either. But I found that, didn't I?
True.
I don't see it as giving up my freedom. I see it as a choice of how I get to show my love. But my heart is split. If you were in my place, which would you choose?
Let me see what Nathan and Cecile have to say about this.
Don't look at me like that. I tried.
Okay. So she just sticks to
I don't
that.
want to be alone again. I want nothing more than for Dacia to stay with me. If we can't walk the world together, at least we never have to be apart. But I love her. Deeply, truly, I do. Which is why I know I cannot ask her to stay.
No, but if she went, her mind wouldn't be on the job of finding the things she needed, and she could get herself killed and never return. And she wouldn't be happy. Alrighty.
After I lost everything in Cyrodiil, Tel Dreloth became my home. I can't possibly leave it behind me. But does that mean I should stay here forever? Leaving for good is no option for me. Life offers no guarantee of love either.
True.
But I found that, didn't I? If my freedom is the price of being with Nathan, then I'll pay it. To be with my love is better than having to wander the world alone. Thank you for keeping me safe, and helping me see the best choice, stranger.
I hope it was.
Here's your reward.
You're staying? Truly? Are you sure, Dacia?
I fought this hard just to get to you, Nathan.
This is true.
Of course I'm staying.
Whoa. Alrighty, let's have a look and see what the reward is. Maybe we can equip it. It might be better than what we have. Go to jewelry. Heart's bold. It is better than what we have. Alright, let's put that on. Adamant Lurker Amulet. Now, you're seeing these different names for the amulets we collect. So let's just have a quick look in our in here. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to collections. Each region has sets. Go into sets, DLC zones. We're looking for Apocrypha. And you find that you have all of these things which we'll be collecting if we want to have the benefits of the sets. So some of these look pretty good actually. I like this one. If I can find this one, we'll do this one. But there you go. Those are our regions. Alrighty. Looks like we still have some companions there. I'm thinking, what's up the stairs is what I'm thinking. Oh, a way out? Oh, we came down the stairs. That's right. Do we have to run? Oh no, we don't have to run. I should have actually gone out the door down below. Aha, not very bright am I? And I can't even lift heavy weights. What good am I? Okay, let's go see what's out here. Let's have a look at our map. Looks like we'll just end up straight out on the mountainside, which is not a bad option. Have we been here? Yeah, that looks familiar. Alrighty, we're good. Let's go. Oh, I know. We help two lovesick people find their loves. And I'm sure that Nathan's mother can find someone to collect the ingredients she needs for research. And there's nothing to stop her from training Dacia as a researcher in the tower. They're going to have plenty to do in there, and they'll be working toward a goal that is important to them. So I guess I can live with it. Let's have a look. Alright, to continue our story, we need to return to the city. However, I think if I kind of zippity-doo-dah my way across the countryside, we might be able to get to this one and meet Sharp as Night. So, let's work out how to do that, shall we? I know. Can't jump off the tower. Why don't you? You dopey thing. Ooh. Well, there's a jewellery box. We'll have the corundum. That's pretty good. I wish I could open that. That looks exciting, but it doesn't look openable. It can be as exciting as it likes if it's not openable. What's up here? Okay, this is just our doorway, isn't it? Oops. No, no, no. Ooh, okay. Okay, yeah, it is just our doorway. Look what I ran right past. I will have whatever's in that. An iron dagger. We can break it down and advance our crafting without actually knowing our craft. What level are we? We're still level 5, aren't we? Let's see if we can get to level 6 this episode. I am lost. I need to probably get off the mountain. Let's follow those stairs down again. Don't you squawk at me. I'll turn you into Budgie Burger. Oh, that's not a set of stairs down. Oh well, that looks like a nice patch of barrels. It'll catch me. There's a heavy sack. Let's have some of that. I wonder what you find inside two-legged armadillos. Oh well, I guess we won't find out from that one. I must have fried it a little bit too much. I was hoping to find guts, which is lake bait, because, you know, lake bait for fishing is important. There's some pewter, we'll have some of that. Pewter is good. Alright, I don't think I ransacked this area properly last time I was here. We have some foul bait. Foul bait is nice. That looks locked. We'll grab that millet. Millet is good. Alright. We'll have a look and see where we are on the map in just a minute. Right. Gross little monsters. Look what they're looking at. They look very, very fascinated by whatever it is. Nah, we'll leave them to it. What do we got? Let's have a look. Oh, we definitely want to go find that way shrine. That's a good thing. Way shrines are your friend. Repeat after me. Yeah, we need to come down off this mountain first. That's fine. I might explore over here a little bit. I think we may have done that already. Rightio. Maplewood. Actually, you know what? That reminds me. I should be looking at the daily endeavors. Let's have a look at that. Under group. Yes. You have endeavors. You have daily. So 5 items with alchemy to kill 10 humanoid Daedra. Recharge 2 weapon enchantments. Repair 10,000 to Cyrodiil and complete an arena. I'm not sure we're going to get any of those done. Maybe the alchemy one. We'll find out. Weekly, 20 quests and 180 foes with class abilities. Oops. And what? Defeat the what with the where now? Complete 8 daily endeavors. Okay. But that's over a week. So, I mean, even if we get 1 done or 2 done... Ooh, that's a nasty bird. See? Bad birdie. I wonder if we can kill it. It's worth XP, okay? So it's a flying budgie worth of XP. Let's I know, we're leveling. Looks like there's a few players in the area because otherwise it won't let me pick things up. We'll grab that iron ore. And we got some pewter dust bonus. What's that? Oh, that was my wasp vanishing. Aww. Alright, that looks like some bull netch. We're going to leave them alone. They're a bit ferocious. We're going to go and unlock this shrine. Oh, and we might see what Norelli Redoran wants on our way to things. There it is. I was wondering where it was hiding. Light it up. Boom. The Pedamaic Crestway Shrine.
That was a waste of time.
Hey, Norelli. Fancy meeting you
No
here.
one goes to Salem Mora anymore, and now I can see why. Getting badgered by priests and buoyant armigers isn't worth seeing the one impressive relic they keep at the shrine. Is that where you're headed?
What shrine? What's going on?
The Shrine of St. Voorhees? Patron saint of House Telvanni? It's the only reason why anyone would go to Salem Mora. I stopped by to see the relic of St. Voorhees, but the High Priest wouldn't even let me get close enough to get a good look.
Huh, what's so special about this relic?
I didn't stay long enough to find out. Apparently, it's an honor just to be in its mere presence. Didn't feel like anything special to me. If you're headed that way, maybe you can see what all the fuss is about.
I'll head to the Shrine of St. Boris and see what's going on.
Good luck, outsider. You're going to need it.
Oh my. Really? I know. What have we got? Oh, well. I guess it's kind of sort of maybe on the way. I want to go the other way though. I want to go around the other side of the loop. I know. She's like a deceptive little decoy thing, sending us on the wrong way. Let's go this way. So one of the reasons I do the all the side quests I can is you get different bits and bobs from it. You might get a nice piece of equipment, or well, you certainly get your XP. You might learn something. You might find that a task later on is easier for you. Is that a merchant? In Drella
You ever just forget something? Like you had a rollicking good story to tell around the campfire, but suddenly it's just not there. Never mind. Need any repairs?
You know what? I really do. Thank you for reminding me. That's what she's selling. Do I have anything to sell her yet? Let's get this carapace out. Let's get the foul hide out. The supple root out. We're going to break down pretty much everything out. I would sell the Maz tea, except it's not really worth it. Alright, she also sells a map to this region, but we don't have the prerequisite for it just yet. A skull on a stick. Now there's a warning if ever I saw one. What's that? Go to the Temple of St. Boris. Well, you know what? It is on our way, so... Oh dear, oh, they might be too busy eating each other to bother me. Let's leave them do that. Yes, definitely. Let's not pick fights with the monsters that are not fighting us. We'll have some of that. That's right, I've got to remember that herbs aren't lighting up for me because I don't have that skill, so we need to recognise the herbs that we want to collect. So there's some bugloss, there's some jute. That's not a herb, it's a cloth thing, but once we put a few points into our crafting, we'll be able to get things to light up so they're easy to see on the way. Maple, and then we'll come over here and we'll grab a runestone or 3, hopefully 3. Better watch those budgies that are just sitting up on that rock over there. They like to ambush. They're ambush predators. I don't think we can actually pass by them without them noticing, so we might have to just fight them. Then again, we are going this way and not that way. Alright. Go to the Temple of St. Boris. Alright, we've done that. No, that's meet Laramel the Rice. Can I just grab this? A thief to catch a thief is what we're doing. Talk to Relasi. Let's go find Relasi. Lurking around the corner, huh?
This is your last heist, Lock of Rosgard. Mark my words.
Oh dear.
The talisman of St. Boris will be mine. And I'm all yours, Relasi. If you can catch me.
Cheeky. Armature Relasi, how are you?
The Lark of Rosgard is so smug when he's got the high ground.
I saw.
He won't be so smug when he's level with my boot.
Oh dear.
And his little disappearing act. Let me get my hands on him and I'll make him disappear.
Ooh, what's going on here?
That fetching thief has been a thorn in my side for far too long. He's planning to rob the shrine at Salem Mora of the sacred relic of St. Boris. I need extra hands if I'm to stop him. Yours could do. Are you looking for work?
What would you need me to do?
Stand in for me at the shrine and the Khajiit caravan nearby. Ask questions. Search for any clues or suspicious activity and assure the High Priest that I have everything under control. Help me, and I'll make sure you're compensated for your time.
She has such pretty armor. I will help you with your investigation.
High Priest Treelan will be your point of contact at the shrine. He seems insistent the Khajiit are involved in the heist somehow. I have a feeling they're only guilty of poor timing. Meet me back here when you're done.
Who are you, and how did you get involved in all this?
I'm Relasi. I'm a buoyant armiger, and I serve the will of the Tribunal. I'm fully aware that I may be more straight-laced than other armigers you've met. No need to remark on it. My standing orders are to apprehend the Lark. That's why I'm here.
It sounds like you and the Lark of Rosgard have a history.
History. That's one way to put it. The others in my order seem to delight in romanticizing this cat-and-mouse dynamic the Lark plays up between us. I tell you, there's nothing poetic about persistently playing the fool in someone else's story.
So he's escaped your capture before? When?
I can detail the charges of his past exploits once we've caught him. arrogant fetcher might even tell you himself. See, he has to evade me every time. I only have to capture him once. By Vivek, and with your help, today's going to be the day.
Who is this thief, and why is he so interested in this relic?
The Lark of Rosgard is a slippery, pompous,
Oh dear.
no-good brigand. He plots his exploits and picks his marks to sow misery, reap notoriety, and make my life difficult. I know very little about the relic. You might ask about it up at the shrine.
You don't know anything about what the Lark is trying to steal?
The Talisman of St. Voorhees is exactly what you'd expect. It's gaudy and ancient, and the High Priest will no doubt be thrilled to enlighten you on its history. Those details don't help me in stopping the Lark, which is my primary concern.
How do you know I'm not working with the Lark?
Please, the Lark of Rosgard enlist an accomplice? That fetching glory hound would never. That fetching wasn't in regards to his looks, by the way. His mask prevents me from making any objective assessment. What else did you want to know?
Why do you want me to investigate the caravan and the shrine?
I fear the Lark might leave a note for me at the shrine, if he hasn't already. Aggravating little habit of his. Keep it hidden from the High Priest if you can. He already thinks little of me for how I've handled the Khajiit camp.
And how have you handled the Khajiit camp?
In short, I haven't. They're Bandari peddlers, a group of nomads with a bit of an unsavory reputation for theft. High Priest Treelam thinks they have something to do with the intended theft of the Talisman of St. Voorhees. I'm not convinced.
Why not?
A caravan of alleged pickpockets taking blame for the Lark's grand larceny? That's preposterous. And worse, it's unjust. Questioning from an armiger seems unnecessarily hostile. I'm glad to send you in my stead.
What will you be doing while I go to the caravan and the temple?
I've got a plan of my own already in motion. Crucial pieces of it need tending to. But I can tell you more about that when we meet up later. Unless you have more questions, I suggest you be on your way.
All right. Now I have a...
Here when you're done.
All right. I have a sneaking suspicion that this lady is not everything she claims to be. I think she may be in league with the Lark, and that she's setting me up to take the fall. However, there is only one way to find out. I mean, she could just be who she says she is. They're hard to hit, aren't they? There we go. We solved the temple's rat problem. Or one of them. Oh, look at that. Where magical paths meet. High Priest Treelam.
If you're here to bask in the presence of the Talisman of St. Voorhees, I humbly ask that you do so out of arm's reach. If you have any questions about the relic's history, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
I'm here because Relasi hired me to help her stop the relic from being stolen. You know, I'd never tell him this if I had a choice.
Shh, not so loud. This is a very delicate situation. We need to ensure that what few pilgrims we have aren't scared off by any of this.
Scared about your pay, are you?
Hasn't exactly kept us apprised of her plans. What did she send you to do?
She wanted me to search for anything suspicious and assure you she has everything under control.
Of course she did. That's it. I'm sending a priest to shadow her.
Oh my
After
god.
Velithia came through to examine the talisman, I've had to stand watch. I've made sure not to let anyone get too close, especially not any outsiders. It's been exhausting.
Have you had any visitors that weren't dark elves?
An elder Khajiit came by and showed more genuine curiosity for St. Voorhees than any Telvanni that visited the shrine in years. I'm not worried about him, Sarah. I've heard the dangerous ones travel in groups, like that caravan nearby. Mind yourself.
What can you tell me about the history of this shrine?
I'm so glad you asked.
Of course you
This
are.
shrine has stood since the dawn of the Second Era in honor of St. Voorhees the Immolent, patron saint of House Telvanni. I am the High Priest, and I oversee the care of our most valued relic, the Talisman of St. Voorhees.
And what's the story behind the talisman?
Saint Voorhees believed that we honor our ancestors through the forceful expression of will over others.
Oh dear.
The gem within the relic exemplifies this belief. It was claimed in conquest during his march across elsewhere.
St. Voorhees stole the gem from Khajiit and elsewhere?
Not stole, claimed in conquest.
Stole.
The shrine is dedicated to exercising our forceful expression of will. We hope to someday unravel the hidden mystical properties held by the gem that eluded even the great Saint Voorhees until his death.
You mean no one has been able to figure out what the gem inside the talisman can do?
Testing one's will on the talisman serves as a humbling reminder that forceful expression of one's will is an unending journey.
Oh dear, I don't like this man.
Used to be a haven for aspiring Telvanni, pilgrims eager to test their mettle. But alas, those days are gone.
People don't visit anymore? Why not?
Most come to visit the crypts. Few stay to properly observe the majesty of the relic. I cannot understand why. Admittedly, we have had an influx of visitors since this Lark character announced his intentions to steal the talisman.
The heist is drawing in more visitors.
I'd hate to think that spectacle was the only thing calling pilgrims to the shrine anymore. And if the Lark succeeds, there won't be anything here worth visiting for at all. Please, make sure Velithia stops him, will you?
Sure thing. Alright, I'm going to have a look at the talisman. Inspect it closely.
Please step back from the relic.
Oh my goodness. Excuse me, please mind your manners while I try and save your bacon. Note to Velithia. Dearest... Hang on. I'm pretty sure that note to Velithia is in my quest items. Here we go. EDUs. Dearest Velithia, I'd hate for you to think your hard work here has gone unnoticed. I noticed. Talk to you soon. Your Lark of Rosgard. Oh my god. I saw a shiny thing over here. Parables of St. Voorhees. It looks like a book. One of the books that you get in an area that you eventually need to find. I'm getting good with this aim. Aim! Destroy the rat problem. Alright, where are we meant to be going now? We are meant to be heading back down to see the pilgrims. And if you'll notice on our map, this is black, which means we haven't discovered it. It's also on our list of things. So, Salem Mora is the third thing from the bottom. Salem Mora, basically that list is how you complete your zone. You get your zone completion. So, we've got quite a few things to do on it. We have 18 sky shards to find. We have world bosses to defeat. We have a public dungeon, not at this level we don't. And ditto with the world bosses. We have set stations to find. We have striking locales to visit. And points of interest to visit. All of the way shrines. The story quest to complete. And down here we have some books. There are bound to be more books we need as well. But this is a good start. Let us head. Why is he signalling? I'm a little worried. Alright, let's go and have a chat. We're going to go and mine this pewter on the way, because it's there and we need it. Otherwise we'll run out of ways of making jewellery. If not with this character, then with others. And you've seen how many I have. I don't actually run them all as regularly as I should, because time is a little bit tight. So, for instance, the last week or so, the only time I've had is when I've been doing this. Either with V here, or I know, I forgot her name again. She's a bit new for me to remember her name. Velithia. There we go. Dunmer Heritage. Alrighty. Let's see if that's on our list of things. No. I wonder what list that one's on. It will be on a list somewhere. There are a number of lists around.
Why are we stopping here when these dark elves lurk about the edges of our camp?
Oh, Shadea. You worry too much. Surely they mean us no harm.
Old fool.
Oh dear. Someone is as suspicious as she needs to be. Not as suspicious of me as she probably needs to be. That was an interesting bit of Jasmine. Let's, Eye of Bandar. Ailir Sudro fears this history will be lost forever to the Bandari. He copies it here so his children's children may know it and make their hearts light. Many ages ago, dark elves crossed the sands of Elsewhere, led by the Fiery One, a mage who had never met a soul he had not wished to conquer. When the Khajiit opened their arms to these ash-faced strangers, those who did not have swords buried in their chests were clapped in irons and shipped away, never to be seen again. This one's little ancestor fled with her caravan into the desert. The Fiery One chased them like the threat of sunrise. Far from food and shelter, they were caught with nowhere to run. The Fiery One searched little ancestor and held up a prize, a radish-sized gem, bright as 2 moons and smooth from being passed between many hands. "What is this?" the Fiery One asked, but little ancestor bit her tongue and said nothing. "It is a sacred thing to you?" Little ancestor was silent still. "It holds great power, does it not?" And at last little ancestor spoke. "It is powerless outside the hands of the Bandari." The Fiery One waved his warriors to stand down. The gem entranced him. "Covet your miserable lives," he told the Bandari. "Sweep as I return victorious to my homeland, where my forceful will shall unravel the hidden powers within this sacred gem." And so the Fiery One left the clan in the desert with their miserable lives. But he did not know that little ancestor had been given the gem only that day by her clan mother, in exchange for a sweet song to lift everyone's spirits. He did not know that she had planned to give it to her cousin in exchange for his pretty mouth heart that she had always coveted. And so the clan did weep, but only with laughter, for the Eye of Bandar was indeed a sacred thing, but truly worthless outside the hands of the Bandari. Oh, gosh. Well, well, well. Ailir Sudro.
Luck be with you, Walker. This one is Elier Sudro, Caravan Elder. Our wares and coin are in short supply, but our camp is open to all who may seek to rest and be at ease. What does your heart seek that we may provide?
Has anyone come through your camp recently?
No.
Oh.
We Bandari are used to scrutiny, but rarely from such a distance. The dark elves in these lands seem colder than most. This is no matter. This one extends his warmest welcomes to you instead.
Did you visit the Shrine of Vorus nearby?
The shrine. Oh, that shrine. It is a place holy to dark elves, yes? Of little interest to us Khajiit. This one is late in his years and does not remember. But he may have accidentally wandered through. Yes, that was probably so.
Have you seen any strange activity around your camp?
Ask Shadea. This one thought it sensible to hire protection while crossing a land rife with slavers, and her sharp eyes miss nothing. And you are welcome to ask around our camp, Walker. Make yourself at home among the Bandari.
What brought you to the Telvanni Peninsula?
As Bandari, our travels take us wherever the roads may lead us. The roads happen to lead us here, to this Selen Mora.
Mm-hmm.
We sought to stay at the grand outpost east of here, but it seems to be in ruins.
Can you tell me more about the Bandari?
Perhaps you have come across our kind in your travels before.
Oh, no.
No matter. We are traveling merchants, seeking to sell our wares in all corners of the land. This one was born on the road and has traveled with this caravan all of his days.
So everyone in this caravan is your family?
Shadea and her mercenaries are not, though they would be welcome among us if they desired to be. Our clan opens its arms to those who wish to follow the way of the Bandari. Very different from what this one has seen of these Telvanni, yes?
How long do you think you'll stay here?
This one has seen many years pass, and wearies more easily of travel. He thinks just this one more night will do well for his aching bones. You are welcome to join us, Walker. We have food and tents to spare for those who share our company.
I'll think on it. Thank you. Guys, our time grows long, and I am thinking there's time to go. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit like. If you want to see more, please hit subscribe, and I'll check you later. Take care out there.